Good morning, everybody, and welcome out to the Dice Towers Board Game Breakfast. I'm Chris Yi.
I'm Wendy Yi.
And I'm Eric Summerer. Good morning. It's cold up here.
Oh, you're right. It is. I should be wearing my sweater. I don't want to bother putting it on as a sweater. I'm going to put it on as a scarf. I'm supposed to, show how frigid it is. Where in our neck of the woods too, Eric. You're not the only one.
Yeah. How cold has it been in Florida?
Cold enough
lately?
to have ice on my grass this morning. My tomatoes, which I have like 30 tomatoes on my tomato vine, I'm pretty sure they're all dead now.
Oh, well, okay. I guess that is cold. Here in Connecticut, we've been in single digits for the past couple days. That includes positive and negative temperatures. I believe it was -2 when I woke up on either Friday or Saturday. It's been cold, but I am happy to be home.
Good.
That's why you have hot coffee and Chris and I just have sweaters. Well, except Chris, because Chris is a polar bear.
I was wearing a sweater. Everyone saw evidence of it.
Yeah, he brought it in today. Did you see how thin that thing was? That's my summertime sweater.
Yes.
Summertime sweater. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's for when the air conditioning is blowing slightly too cold.
Summertime sweater. I'm given to know that's a song. I only know that because
it is now.
Summertime Sadness, is that a song?
Yeah,
right?
it is.
Yeah. I only know that because of the Bardcore version cover song by Hildegard von Blingen. Eric, are you familiar with Hildegard von Blingen?
I am not, I'm sorry to say.
I have a new eye catcher. Okay, I'm going to change it. Anyway.
I think you should, actually.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think I shall.
I
Anyway.
think you should be Von Blingen
Yes.
all day long.
Hey, folks, we've got a couple exciting, awesome things going on this week. One of them being we're done running our Gamefound. So it is a load off of our collective shoulders. We funded and we exceeded even a few
Yay.
stretch goals. Thanks to all of you and your support. Thank you so much. Really, genuinely mean that. It allows us to continue doing this as our full-time jobs.
And
our
in fact,
single source of employee.
Eric specifically is still grateful for our past funders from last year.
That's true.
That's an excellent segue. I have a few shout-outs to I guess, shout out at the moment. We're going to go down the list. We got the name of the person who backed us and who they want to shout out. This is a pretty straightforward list today. We have Andrew Springer, who would like to shout out Andrew Springer.
Andrew Springer!
We have Richard Mahano, who would like to shout out Richard Mahano.
Richard Mahano!
Ah!
We have Joseph Hayes, who would like to shout out Joe and Lorraine from Coventry.
Who could
Joe
that
and
be?
Lorraine! Probably Hayes.
We also have Samson Taka Holmes, who wants to shout out, I want to talk to Samson.
Like
I don't know what that
long-term
means,
Samson?
but I want to talk to Samson.
We all want that. I think.
We have James Foster, who wants to shout out, no one. It is the null shout out from James Foster.
No one.
So we'll shout out by going. And
I
last but
open my
not
mouth
least,
to scream, and yet nothing comes out.
James Poulin, who would like to shout out Jamie and Lydia Poulin from
Jamie
Maine.
and Lydia Coolin.
Jamie and Lydia! And thank you for listing pronunciation of their name. I always love it when people do that because it makes it so much easier and less fraught with danger.
That's
Fraught
true.
with danger. Well, speaking of fraught with danger, no, that's not a transition to anything we'll be doing tonight. Tonight,
Chris's Kung Fu fighting.
I have a slight migraine headache, so you're going to be hearing me say all sorts of things wrong. But we also have a shout out we'd like to give to GripMat, the sponsor of today's episode of Breakfast, and then we'll be right back. This show is sponsored by GripMat, who makes custom play mats for many of your favorite games. With their custom grip surface, you can keep cards and tiles in place without worrying about messing up the gameplay. Or you can get one without the grip surface if you just want a great-looking mat. Whether sprucing up a hot new title or an old classic, consider picking up a grip mat in the Etsy link below.
All right, we are back, and it is Eye Catcher time. This is where we talk about something randomly that we were excited about that's coming out or has just recently come out or, I don't know, is cool.
Randomly?
What?
Are we supposed to choose this randomly?
No,
I didn't break out.
recently. Not randomly. Well, I guess, did I
You
say
said
randomly?
randomly.
You did say
Hang on a
random.
second.
Okay, yep, it's random. Roll a die. 1 through 6.
Okay, I know what I'm talking about.
You had that on hand.
Yeah, and
That's
Eric.
amazing.
Eric has the board game breakfast mug that you can find on the Dice Tower merch store. He has the Dice Tower. What else are you repping over there, sir?
I am flush with merch. What else do I have? Hey, here we go. I've got my cruise pin, 5 Years of Magic.
Oh.
I could be wearing that.
I'm wearing my crew shirt.
Ah,
Ah!
I feel like Superman.
Ah!
here for another
Oh, sure.
Dice Tower. Yes, that's the
Hey.
STL file that.
That
if,
you too can print.
yes, if you missed the Gamefound, there will be the Pledge Manager late back open thing here. We'll update when that happens. But yeah, you too can have Dice Tower merch, like one Eric Summer. I think we got way
true.
off base. What are we doing,
We
Wendy?
did.
We got a little off track, but it's that kind of show so far.
Weird.
So, Wendy, what has caught your eye?
I'm going to merge forward with Thessaloniki. So this is recently announced just a couple days ago, the next Board and Dice game. And this one I'm excited about because it's a Daniel Tascini, and he always is like my favorite out of all the Italian design team that often work together. His are usually like big double thumbs up games for me. So this takes place in the 4th century Rome, and you are doing merchant trading stuff. There's price setting, there's popularity, there's tracks of some sort, which I think is what the popularity is. I don't know. Reading over this, I kind of get like Roman ground floor vibes. I'm not actually sure if I can make that connection or not, but that's the vibes I get, and I really like ground floor.
Oh, ground floor of the board game.
The board game, yeah.
Okay. Thought you
Not the
meant-
ground floor of Thessaloniki.
Just on the ground floor of Rome.
Yes,
I thought
probably
may-
dirt floors, honestly.
That was maybe like you too can get in on the ground floor. You invest in Rome by getting 3 people to invest in Rome.
That's right.
Those 3 people invest in 3 people in Rome.
That's a
it's
totally sustainable plan right there.
absolutely.
Yes,
What
yes.
could go wrong?
It's a
the shape-
Colosseum scheme.
The shape of a pyramid.
Yeah, that's a more of an Egyptian scheme if you want a pyramid.
Yeah, that's true. The Romans built more in like circular, Colosseum functions.
We're off track again.
No, we've never gone off track, not even once.
Colosseum scheme. I love it. You too can bring someone in to fight me and die.
Very cool. Who's next? Is it me
right.
or is it you, Chris?
You know what, Mr. Summer? How about you go next for this one?
Excellent. I'm going off the path as we are doing today. I'm talking about a new TV show. This is for the Star Trek fans out there. A new Star Trek series has premiered. It's called Starfleet Academy. It's on the Paramount streaming service. It follows a group of cadets in like a rejiggered Starfleet. This follows the Discovery timeline, so it's far future. And there's been like a big old mess of a problem. They call it the burn, where a whole bunch of starships exploded and warp cores weren't working. And Discovery fixes it in their final season or so, and sort of reboots the galactic society that is the Federation of Planets. And so this is a bunch of young people sort of having this idealistic adventure in the new Starfleet Academy. It has Holly Hunter as the lead. She's the chancellor. And they have like a flying campus. So there's like a ship that's an academic ship that goes on field trips and stuff. And then also has the San Francisco home base. This feels very much like a college drama. It's a bunch of young people in an academic situation. There's a rival school. It is a little bit silly, which I think has turned some people off. But it has that youthful exuberance that I think is intended from this. This is a very hopeful series, at least in the first few episodes that I've seen. I've seen the first 4. I'm finding it enjoyable, if a little goofy at times. My one quibble is that I wish the theme song was just a little bit more
More Star Trek
hummable.
Enterprise, yeah.
More, yeah, I wish it was more like my what is going where my heart will take me. If we had something like that, I think I could really get behind it. Or any of the, it feels less Star Trek themey and more atmospheric. I get what they're doing.
So
Maybe it will grow on me, which is a pun if you've seen the opening. But I'm not there yet, and I'm not buying the soundtrack album just yet. But I still think it's worth a look. Starfleet Academy.
Okay, I have so many questions, but the first one and the most important one is how like romance drama filled is this? Because anytime I
There
think
are
of a
certainly
college
love.
anything, yeah.
I don't think there's a love triangle yet, but there's, budding romance from a couple of directions.
It's a love pyramid.
That's a missed opportunity with the symbol of the Starfleet.
Oh yeah, it's a love. What do they call that? Is a chevron, or is there a specific name for this
thing?
the Starfleet
Archie
arch?
star?
Yeah, I guess
Archie
if there was
triangle?
a love triangle, it would look like the swooshy chevron.
Yeah, that's true.
That is the actual Star Trek term. It's the swooshy. Tap the communicator swooshy. Boop, boop.
That's actually
Tap
more
the
accurate
communicator
in the
swoosh.
shape of a love triangle because it's usually two people liking one person, not all three people liking each other.
It's not equilateral.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, exactly.
It's not an equilateral swooshy.
No, it's not a cute either.
But no, it's definitely, as a youth drama, there's some lovey-dovey, is this a kissing book sort of thing going on, but that's fine. That's what this is. And I'm sort of reminded of the Prodigy, which at first I really didn't like. It was too silly, it was too kiddie, but I did grow to really enjoy Prodigy quite a bit. So I'm hoping that this has a similar track,
Okay.
where
I
we can
saw-
get to know the characters.
I saw some people say like episodes 1 through 3 were not very good, and by episode 4 they were kind of like, oh, actually, I think I'm enjoying this one.
I think I might be liking this. I think 4 was very, very strong as an episode. And 1 through 3, it feels like it's a college comedy movie in some regards. It's a bunch of young people, which I keep saying over and over again. But
So
think if you
Rodney
get past
Dangerfield
that-
shows up and he does like the triple bilateral axle off of the 3 diving boards.
we got the nerds and we got the jocks, and they all have shenanigans.
Shenanigans ensue.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good shenanigan pun in there
it's
in
not-
episode 3.
It's not sitcom style.
No, still flashy Star Trek.
Yeah.
Nice lighting and emotional music, and
Okay. No
everybody
laugh
talks about
track?
their feelings a lot.
Can you imagine a laugh track at a Star Trek show? People would revolt.
They probably would. I mean, Lower Decks came pretty darn close to that, but yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's interesting, Eric. I've not heard much about the show. There's the obvious, backlash, boo, out there, but
Sure. It's different for sure. It is a very different show from just about every other Star Trek show. So
okay.
Has it all been released this season? Like the first season?
they're releasing weekly, so the first 4 episodes are out. But I was playing catch up to watch those first 4. I don't know how many. It's probably 8 or 10 episodes for the season.
So I don't have Paramount Plus, but I could.
You could always
one
binge
week's
it.
worth of this
Of
if
college drama, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
If you want a traditional Star Trek series, Strange
I
New
want this one.
Worlds is a modern traditional one
Sorry, say that again.
that I also like a
Superheroes?
lot.
What did you say?
There's no superheroes. Strange New Worlds is the
Strange New
is the modern classic Star Trek.
Got it.
Cool.
All right. Well, thank you, Eric. My eye catcher this week was a game. Actually, it was an expansion, the Arborea expansions.
Corruption. Jugga.
Yeah, there's, I guess, 2 expansions coming for Arborea, which are Corruption and The Rewild. This is a campaign, Kickstarter campaign that is still active. Actually, 3 days left to go. Eric, have you played the original Arborea?
If I did, it's been a long time.
It's got little timing tracks for like the worker placement spots.
I'm going to say no.
People hate when I describe board games as juicy, but it's got the juice. I don't know why. I remember
It's got the juice.
It's got the juice. One
Is
comment.
it worth the squeeze?
I don't know why. One comment very specifically was like, "Chris, never describe a board game as juicy," and I have a migraine. I'll do what I want. But no, yeah, it's got a lot of it's got a lot of squeeze to it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It has a little bit, if you've played Tzolk'in, the Mayan calendar, Eric, it
Yes.
has that kind of like every round, everything moves forward. There's these little like monorail tiles that aren't monorails. They're just like time passage tiles.
Monorail.
But
Monorail.
they move, and the longer that you stay on the monorail, the longer you can go before you jump off and take an action, the better your
That sounds
actions will
unsafe.
be. Sounds unsafe, yes.
They look so slidey on the Kickstarter campaign.
Actually, you know what? You mentioning the monorail episode of The Simpsons, that's a Star Trek reference right there. Leonard Nimoy guest stars on that episode.
Oh,
He
yeah, I did that
does.
on purpose.
Yeah. Well done, Wendy.
I know everything.
So it's interesting because Rewild here shows 1 to 2 players. The baby animals of Arborea need your help. Rewild the environment by creating habitats for the animals. So anyway, yeah, I guess this is like a small little game. Oh, that's less exciting. Oh well,
It's a cozy standalone
I guess.
because everything's cozy nowadays.
But the expansion, the corruption expansion, I'm very curious what that will do for Arborea, a game that I think is very good. However, this is no longer officially my eye catcher because Eric made me think of something much more important that I must bring to the attention of the people.
The coolest name ever.
So Hildegard von Bingen was a medieval composer. She was one of few female medieval composers that are like still readily known to this day. And so this lady, Hildegard von Blingen, is a bardcore artist on YouTube. And she will do covers of popular songs, of pop music, if you will, in the style
right.
of medieval and Renaissance music. So,
I
songs
have
like-
seen the Pink Pony Club version that they did. So yes, I have seen some Hildegard von Blingen.
Oh, okay.
I think that's probably the most well-known one.
Well,
Like,
let's
'cause
see.
I think I've heard that at restaurants before. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
Pink
actually,
Pony-
yeah, that one is like mainstream.
The Pink Pony Inn.
The Pink
You've heard
Pony-
the Hildegard von Blingen version at a restaurant?
Yeah.
I think we
think we
did.
did, yeah.
It was a little weird. It might have been an eclectic restaurant. It might have been one of those like Chipotle level eclectic
Was
restaurants.
it during
you know?
Gen Con? I
Nice.
feel like it was during Gen Con.
I don't know. But anyway, yeah, if you want to listen to like medieval renditions of, say, We Didn't Start the Fire, Wicked Game, and Hurt and stuff, I mean, I highly recommend this artist. She's fantastic. But now that Eric has actually heard of her, I redact my change.
Retract my eye check.
And now my eye catcher is once again Arborea expansions on Kickstarter, which I'm excited about. So there you go, folks. That has been a roller coaster of emotion and heartache and changes.
And a monorail.
And monorails.
But there was no teenage romance drama. Where's the love triangle, Chris?
Where is the love quadrilateral? Folks, we're going to jump to some contributors. We're going to do some more of this sacred geometry to figure out what the shape of the Starfleet Academy logo is, and then we'll be back.
Happy breakfast, everyone. Today I'm going to talk to you about fetching feathers, which I was really glad that I got from the designer Chris at UK Games Expo. If you're not aware, this started life as actually an expansion for Zuli or Moving Wild, which you may have heard of. It's again a drafting game, but this time all about birds. If you're not aware of drafting, on your turn you'll have a hand of cards, locations that you'll play down, and the birds that you'll hopefully play to those locations to earn points in flocks and get bonus points and stuff like that. And what do points mean? Prizes, or at least winning the game. Over the course of the 3 rounds, you'll build up more locations and more birds that you've drafted and score a lot more points. Like in round 3, you will easily score 3 times as many points as you did in round 1. One great feature of the game are the bonuses, as they're going to distract you in a good way. And what do I mean by that? Well, often you're trying to play these birds in flocks or make it so that they have the right food at the location so they will score those points. But maybe those bonuses are like, I'll score some bonus points though if there's a puffin at this location, or perhaps they're just looking for additional food options at that location. So all of a sudden you're Instead of drafting a cool looking flamingo, you're drafting another location to upgrade somewhere so it's got the food, and all of a sudden you've been drawn away from a nice looking bird to another location. But you're scoring bonus points, and therefore you can see how this all builds together. But I have very much enjoyed Fetching Feathers. It's a stunning looking game, some cool combos and sort of bonus points available to you, and it's a nice twist on the sort of gameplay that we saw in Zulian Moving Wild. So, have very much enjoyed this one. If you have had the chance to play it, let me know in the comments section below. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your breakfast.
Hey, Burger, BJ from Working Gummo here, back on the breakfast, this time taking a look at a two-player trick-taking game called The Yellow House. Let's get right to the table and see what this game's all about. As you can see, the production is gorgeous. You've got little pallets to store your winning tricks, your winning arguments, and you've got this cloth board, which normally I don't like, but fits perfectly with the theme of art. And what this is this is Gauguin and this is Van Gogh. They're living together in this yellow house, and they're arguing every day. What's more important about art? Is it skill? Is it inspiration? Is it money? Is it passion? And that's by playing these cards out in typical trick-taking fashion, you're trying to be the person to first go out, in other words, run out of cards in their hand, and that card, that last card that's played, that's what wins the argument. And if you can win 2 of those rounds with the same card, or just 3 rounds overall, you win that argument. I like the fact that you don't know what the value of the tricks are, of the suits are at the start. You're going to be spinning cards. First, you're going to exchange cards with the other player, and that sets the value. But also, during the round, you can boost up the value of these cards by expending extra cards. And that's important because this is a don't follow trick-taking game. In other words, if somebody plays passion, no one else can play passion that hand. Someone's going to have to play a stronger card from one of the other suits. Plus, there's a little bit of lagniappe. You can at any time use these support cards to help boost up the value of the suits. And if you play the lagniappe, the variant, each time you do that with these support cards, the different suits have special powers that can really juice up the game. All right, that's the Yellow House. Fantastic little twisty 2-player trick-taking game, and a little bit of lagniappe with that variant. Till next time, let's have a bon temps roulette.
Alrighty, it is time for the top 10 list, where we take things in a particular subject and arrange them in groups of 10. I don't know why I had to explain what a top 10 list is. So, we have just come off of the board game cruise known as Dice Tower Cruise, and one of the things that we love to do at Dice Tower events is make it easy to find players and teachers for said games. And we have a nice flag system, and on the cruise, we use sort of different color systems for the different events, which I find is interesting, because on the cruise, it is green flags if you are looking for players for your game, and yellow flags if you're looking for a teacher for your games. But other events, I think East or maybe West uses a different color system. Now, West uses placards, and East, I think, uses blue and red flags. Am I mistaken on this?
Flags are the same colors. The meeples are different colors.
That's it. It's green flags and yellow flags with red and blue meeples. Yes. Anyway, green flag means I'm looking for players. And so we decided to arrange our top 10 green flag moments where we wandered into a room and found a green flag asking for a player, and we sat down, swooped in, that's the word I'm looking for.
I brought my broom,
I swept in and participated. And I get to kick things off, but that also means I have an additional job. So if you are watching live and are participating in the chat, you could decide our number 1. So we're, if you weren't on the cruise, that's fine. If you've been to any of our events and had a wonderful green flag moment, we would love to hear about it. Be sure to post those in the chat, and near the end of the list, we'll pick one. So I'm going to kick things off with a moment that I was in the Windjammer Buffet. That's where the late night gaming tended to be. And I was, sort of perusing what people were doing, and I spun around, and a group was setting up bomb busters. And they were looking confused, and they had the rule book out, and they're trying, and they've set up like mission number 1 of Bomb Busters, and
Wow.
looking for somebody to sit in and play with them. And I'm like, well, I could teach it and sit down and play with you. And they immediately made room for me, and I'm like, okay, we're not starting with number 1, we're jumping to 4. Buddy, and we jumped with mission number 4, where you get to explain both the yellow and the red, and got them through that mission, and then got them to mission number 8, and we had some tense moments, but worked their way through it. And then I left, and I found out they continued playing for several more missions after I was gone, and knowing that I set them on that course was an enjoyable time. So that's my number 10, Bomb Busters, which happened a couple times on the cruise.
Nice.
Which is interesting because that's more of a yellow flag moment, but they did technically have a green flag, so I will accept your number 10.
I turned that green flag moment into a yellow flag moment.
You turned that yellow flag into a green flag moment?
No, it was a green flag.
You turned that frown down upside down?
Smile that frown.
Why not all of it?
Away.
Yeah.
And you didn't explode them, so that's pretty good.
Who's next one? Is it you or I?
Oh, it is me. I am next. So I too had a green flag moment where I was wandering around just talking to people, trying to see what was going on. And I saw Roll for the Galaxy being set up. And I didn't realize that they already had 4 players, and this does play to 5. And so I just kind of was like, hey, I'll play. Actually, I don't even know if they had a green flag now that I think about it. I think I just saw 2 people playing Roll for the Galaxy. And
I just
was like,
imagined
"Stop it."
that they had a flag out.
Well, they already had 2 other people playing, so there were 5 of us, but there were 2 people that had played it so many times. Like, it is their go-to filler game for their game group. 2 people that had never played it, and me who hasn't played it in a long time. Our scores were in the 70s, the 30s, and the 20s.
Oh.
Yeah, we were just absolutely destroyed by the 2 people teaching, but that was fine. That was fine. It was so much fun to replay. It's such a good game.
It really is.
It really is. Like, there's so many fabulous games out there that I just don't get to play. We don't get to play very often because we're always, chasing the new stuff. But it's nice. It's nice every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's especially nice because Roll for the Galaxy has the loudest cups imaginable for a game about shaking up dice and slamming them down.
Oh, yeah. Yes. And you have to do the, cup turn down means that I'm done. Because otherwise everyone's just staring at everyone going, is everyone done? Everyone done? Everyone done? Are we ready?
Nice. Yeah. Oh, what a good game. Number 8 for me. Also, none of these are going to be bad games, so that goes without saying. However, I walked by a table setting up Century Spice Road, green flag. Hey, Chris, would you like to join? I said, no. No, of course I said yes. I haven't played Century Spice Road, admittedly, in years.
Yeah.
And so I sat down and I thought, do I need a refresher on this at all? I thought probably not. And everyone was just, it was a couple, I think, who was setting it up, and it was one of their favorite games. And then myself and another person just kind of jumped in, and we all just looked at it. Everyone knows how to play? Fabulous. We just started going. I haven't had that experience in a very long time, where there's no rules teach, no reminder, no, nothing. I think we looked up, starting cubes. Mm-hmm. And then we just went and we played, and the game is buttery smooth, and it's so fast, and it's so easy, and it played so fast, and it's a classic for a reason. I think that Century Spice Road is just really fun jumping back into a game, and jumping into a game that everybody knows and everybody could play. It was a great time. I'm happy that I did.
Rare.
Cool. My next one, number 7, is happened not once but twice that I was just walking along and there was a green flag for this specific game, and that is Iberia, which is the current title. It's a pandemic system game. It's known as Pandemic Iberia in my shelf. This was one of the first historical versions of Pandemic, and one I hadn't played in a while. Came across a group that was still trying to figure it out, but had the green flag up, and so I jumped in and helped guide them through it. And just reminded myself how much I like this game. This is the variant where you're building a railroad to make it easier to move around, but you can never completely cure the diseases because it's set in an earlier time period. You're really just researching them and treating the water to make it a little bit easier to prevent those cubes coming out. So the mechanisms are just a little bit tweaked, but still feels very pandemic structure-y. Really enjoyed it, but then the second time I came across a couple that had the flag up, and they're like, this is one of our favorite games. And I said, well, can we play one of the variants? Because there are some, let's make the game more tricky variants in the box that involve the patients moving toward the hospitals as you build them. So once you build like a red hospital, all the red patients are going to start moving toward you like zombies. It gets intense, but we managed to survive. And I was delighted to be drawn into a game I had no idea I was going to play on the cruise, Iberia.
That's fantastic.
That is fantastic. I'm amazed that you played it twice with green flags. So my next game I actually did play multiple times on the cruise as well. However, I'm cheating with this one a little bit because I wanted to change. Anyways, I wanted each green flag to be different in this top 10 of mine.
So you're picking the same game that you did before?
Yeah.
Which I don't remember what it was?
No. So this one, I put up the green flag. So I didn't go find the green flag. This is
okay.
French toast. So I wanted to try out this game. It sounded like it wouldn't work. It sounded like one of those like, this game sounds silly. It's an alien, and the alien can only repeat back to people what they've already said, and you're supposed to figure out what word the alien's trying to say. It sounded terrible, and I was like, I just want to try this. I just want to see what happens. This is a party game. I love late night party games. And so, yeah, I put up a green flag, found a couple people, had a great experience with it. And then the next night, I found some other people to try it because they had, and so I ended up playing this with 3 different groups over the cruise. So it was pretty cool. But yeah, green flag moment. If you ever can't find people, my first step is just run around the library while people are looking for games and just say, hey, you want to play this? Hey, you want to play this? Hey, you want to play this? But if not, then put your green flag right by the door. So every single person that walks in, you have to be like, hey, do you want to play this? Hey, do you want to play this? Someone will eventually play a game with you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was an interesting. I sat in on a round or two of this game, and it was cute, clue-giving kind of party game.
Yeah. I liked it.
Your review of it went up this weekend.
That it did.
Number 5 from me here is also late night party game, green flag situation. This is Ito. A couple actually brought their own customized copy of Ito. Now, actually, to be fair,
is that what this picture is of? Because I was trying to figure out.
Yes. What's
going on with this picture?
So yeah, so they brought a couple of customized versions of games. This is the people, I don't know if you saw it the year before, Eric had a Pokemon themed version of Wingspan, made their own thing.
Oh, I think I did see that.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome, the Ayalas. So they did this. There's a little custom upgrade they did for Ito, right? They showed me. I was like, we got to play this. So we put up a flag, got people over, and it is a dry erase index card that they taped on basically a sleeve, where you can kind of put the little card into. So you get your number, you put it in there, and then you can, with a dry erase marker, write on the back side of it. And so in Ito, you're trying to cooperatively put out the numbers 1 through 100 by giving clues. And they're like, oh, we found it works easier in big groups if you can write on the back of the card functionally, put it out there, and then people are arguing, moving things around. And then when you're set, you flip them all over. Yeah, you can see them written out.
Okay.
You don't have to keep asking, what was this again? Well, that was, eating a hot dog in a windstorm. And then, what was this one? Yeah, you have to keep repeating it otherwise.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool. That's clever.
So yeah, this is one of my favorite upgrades I've ever seen for a game.
Now I want that for the dice tower. Does it fit in the box?
There's quite a bit of lid smooshy lifty, but they felt it was worth it, and I thought, well, this is pretty cool.
So they found dry erase boards the size of the box, though. That's impressive.
Yeah,
or
pretty much.
Cut them down.
Little dry erase cards, they're just
they're cards. They're not.
That's
they're not
neat.
Little boards.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
I feel like I could make that. With lemon.
I think that it's a task. It's a quest. It's a quest now. My number 4 does not involve a custom version of the game. It's the bog standard version, but I have it as my highest selection because I did not intend to even play a game at that point. I wasn't even supposed to be here today. I was getting off the ship, and I just sort of decided to walk through the game room. The exit of the ship, the gangway, was on the level where our conference room was. And so I had my stuff. I could have left. I was even going to make a run back to my room, but I had just had breakfast, decided to wander in and see what was going on. And a group had set out Moon Colony Bloodbath. And I literally said, "Bloodbath?" when I was there, and they said, "Well, we set up for the 5th player. Do you want to sit down?" And I said, "Yes, I do." And but now there was a ticking clock. And if you haven't played Moon Colony Bloodbath, it's a brutal game where you are going to constantly lose your population due to various mechanical failures and evil robots. And so it was sort of this. Seeing them who hadn't played it before see how nasty the game could be, and surprised as the robots get more and more nasty and starting to lose their population, and taking bets on who was going to lose their population first. And one of them called it from the beginning. They're like, "I'm going to be the one that loses this game." But also we had the ticking clock of I had to get off the ship, and so I was just hoping that people were going to get sucked out of an airlock really soon. It was a delightful experience to just see their frustration and delight as more and more terrible things happened to their colony. And then I was like, "Well, that was fun. Laters," and left. It was a good time. And I didn't even think I was going to play at that particular moment. Moon Colony Bloodbath.
Were you like holding a towel and your beach bag at that moment? Like,
just about. I ended up having to give my little Coke cup to one of them to carry because I didn't have enough time to run to my room anymore. I was ready to get off the ship.
You got like the white sunscreen mark on your nose, you know?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
All ready to go.
Wearing sunglasses while we blow up all the colonists. Yeah.
While indoors. Yes.
Proud of you, Eric.
Oh. All right. So my number 3 is a green flag of a game that I had never played, but I've wanted to play, and this is Imperial Settlers Empires of the North. So I haven't played anything of this style of game before. The, 51st State? Is that?
Yes. Yeah, it's a similar system.
The other Imperial Settlers. Anyways. So this is the one I got to play. And I will tell you, that artwork is adorable. I got to be the little frozen girl on the right, and she has like penguins and stuff in her. And I didn't even pick her at first. Like I just grabbed something random, and it was an expansion. It was complicated, so we put it back, and I just picked another random person. And I randomly picked penguins. It was meant to be. Yeah, but this was super fun. This is a great engine building game. Like I get why like Z, and I think Mila likes this one too, why they champion it. Because great engine building, cool little card system. It took up more space on the table putting all my cards out than I expected, but we eventually made space, and it was a lot of fun, and I'm really glad that I played it. So this was it was a great moment where I was just like, green flag, hey, I want to play that game.
Nice.
Yeah,
you got to check out a new guy. I've not played this one. I've played 51st State, and I think that, you know, as much as I view you as like a grimdark post-apocalyptic lover,
yeah,
I think you might like this one more.
This one definitely sings to me a little bit more art-wise, yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. Number 2, coming from me here, my highest pick was when I walked by and someone had broom service set up and said, "Would you like to, I would like to play this with you, Chris." And I said,
"Wow.
Okay. Happy to play one of my all-time favorite games. This is one that I have played countless times, and it's just always such a rip-roaring fun time as there's just this very unique card play system to it that is unlike any other game out there, except for the game that it's based off of and the game that it's spun off. But, you know, outside of its own family of games, I think like, wait, why haven't more people copied this idea of that like brave cowardly mechanism? Just that, you know, gambling for. Have you played this one, Eric?
I have. Yeah, it's got an interesting. I think I've played the original card game more, well, maybe about equal in the two. But that the following mechanism is really neat.
Yeah,
I hate the following mechanism. It drives me nuts. But this isn't about me.
It's not about you. Thank you.
This is about your amazing experience.
Yeah, I had a great time. And I'm so glad that people jumped into it. I'm so glad that the person set it up and it's just, holding the box and was like, would you play, Chris? Bloop, green flag. I'm like, well, legally I'm obligated. There's a green flag at the table.
I must.
Yeah, don't hold me to that. But yeah, what a joy to play games that I know that I love and introduce it to new people and see a full table, full cohort of 5 people just like having a great time.
In the trick-taking renaissance that we're in, it's not a trick-taking game, but it's a must-follow game.
Yeah.
It's amazing that this hasn't gotten a reprint. Yeah.
Yeah. If ARCs can be printed, Broom Service can be reprinted.
Yes, true that.
All right, Eric, you get to pick our number 1 from the
I
audience.
do, and I'm going to scroll up in the chat to BJ from Board Game Gumbo, who we just heard from in his segment, but he's following along in the chat, and he says, I was at Dice Tower East one year, and someone asked me to teach viticulture, knowing it was one of my favorite games. I was happy to help, but the story continues. Until they set out the box and I opened the contents and it was the original version of Viticulture, which is very different from my copy of Essential Edition and had all kinds of stuff. I didn't recognize I looked like an idiot. So this is a green flag moment with a twist. I've had this happen before. Or you open up a game that you think you know pretty well, but it's got a bunch of expansions in it, and you're trying to sift what is in this box and what is not, and how do I resort this? And that can get a little tricky, which I think is why, Wendy, a lot of the expansions have been removed from the library copies just to make it an easier experience when you first open the box.
Yeah, either I'm trying to remove them or have them in their own specific separate bag so that they can be more easily removed.
Yes.
I like that you chose, essentially, Eric, a tale of board game horror. Well
what?
done,
Yes.
Well, there you go, folks. If you want to have green flag opportunities yourself, go check out Dice Tower West, which will be basically 1 month hence. Dice Tower.
So soon.
It's pretty soon. Dice Tower East, registration's still open for that. Pre-sale tickets and everything in July. Dice Tower Vacation, you can reach out to Tom at tom@dicetower.com if you want to go to a smaller event. So yeah, we have a couple more events throughout this year that you can also pop up some green flags and have people join you. Mm-hmm. We're going to jump to our last contributor block here, and then we'll be back with a little game show led by yours truly.
I beat all red cars. I'm gonna conquer hard.
Hey, what are you doing? Red cars. I told you a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Some yellow. Make sure you get some yellow. Weak, strong. Weak. Strong, weak.
Strong.
But also, so you can go up the weak part of the strong track on the marriage track.
Weak.
You're going to need a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Trust me.
I got all the colors. Aye, my dear. Is your heart mine?
I don't know.
What?
I was really going for more yellow.
But they told me a little bit of everything.
No.
Oh, but that guy. Oh, he's got the yellow.
I'm the kind of weak, strong guy you're after. All yellow, little bit weak, little bit strong, moving right up the marriage track.
Are you kidding me?
Brian Borough is a trick-taking area control game where players, at the beginning of each round, draft a set of cards. Then they play one card at a time. The winner of each trick gets to place one of her discs on a map of Ireland and trigger some abilities. But the losers of the trick, they activate their cards' lower abilities, which are much stronger. At the end of each round, players score points based on how well they're doing on certain tracks. At the end of the last round, they also score points based on area control. How do you win, Brian Borough?
So normally when you play an area control game, you're thinking, I dominate the board, I'm going to win this game. In Brian Boru, that is not the case. Because there are 3 tracks, the marriage track, the battle arena, and the church track.
Which one is the more impactful?
Absolutely the marriage track. At the end of each round, you get an opportunity to marry one of the suitors, normally getting 2, 3, 4 points. But at the end of the last round, the Princess of Denmark comes out. Woo! She gives you the opportunity to and decide to take control of the Vikings for area control. You not only get your area control, you get the Vikings area control too, but you gotta get on the marriage track.
Get on the marriage track right now.
Hey, we updated
New intro,
our,
new intro.
Yeah, we updated the transition. That was exciting.
Yeah.
With elevator music.
It's
I was
not
digging it.
elevator music. That makes me sad. All right, folks.
It was cool elevator music.
We're gonna do a little game show here. I'm coming back to the well once more with the classic game that I made. Yes, but how wrong? I promise next time I run a game show, we'll do something a little twist on it. But I thought that to be a little bit timely, I'm going to ask some trivia questions about a very specific topic. I will ask one to Eric, and Wendy's job is to say,
yes, but how wrong, Eric? No, I mean,
No,
Eric's
No, you're
wrong.
wrong. You have to say
wrong.
you're wrong.
You have to tell him that you're wrong.
Wrong roll.
In various insulting manners. Wendy will tell Eric that he's wrong, and then his job is to say, yes, but how wrong? And Wendy has to guess whether Eric is wrong in the ones place, the tens, and we'll call it the twos place, the tens, hundreds, thousands, so on and so forth. Or if you are brave, you could say the tenths place, past the decimal, or the hundredths place, or so on and so forth.
Are we doing percentages now and such?
That opens up the whole game a lot, actually. That's a great idea. Anyway,
Not this game. Not this round.
I'm going to start off the first question to Eric, and then we'll switch off betwixt Wendy, Eric is that way, and Wendy. Eric, the first question is to you, my good man. On Sunday, January 25th, a week before yesterday, on Sunday, January 25th, how many flight delays were there in the United States?
In the United States,
Yes.
I will say there were 650 delays.
Oh, Eric, you are so wrong.
Yes, but how wrong am I, Wendy? How wrong?
In the thousandth place? I think it was over 1,000. Delayed flights. Delayed, canceled? Combination?
This is specifically delays.
Specifically delays. So cancellations are not included?
This is specifically delays.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, joke's on you. They were all canceled.
I'm going to say in the hundreds place then. Oh, I still feel thousands now. I'm still on it. Thousands.
You're locking in an answer. You think that Eric was wrong by a degree of thousands.
Yeah.
Wendy, you're wrong. Eric was wronger than that by 20,000 nearly. There were 22,301 delayed flights. So yeah, Ikaba there in the chat guessed 30,000.
Wow.
Pretty close.
That's
Yes. So
that's awful. I mean, I only knew 2 couples that made it home safely the day they meant to. And even one of them was delayed by like 30 minutes. So
yes.
Yeah, and well, even Sunday, we had already moved our flights. Even Monday was terrible, and we saw the board just fill up. There was all these delays, and then they all just went canceled by the end of the day. It was enjoyable, he says in quotes.
you know what's wild is that's not when Florida froze.
Nope. Well, that's when the rest of the country flows.
Yeah, the rest of the country froze.
Right.
And then we were like a week and a half later.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this has nothing to do with Eric's very, very long and painful, difficult journey back home. Wendy, on Sunday, January 25th, how many flights were canceled that day?
Ooh, I think that there were 8,265 flights canceled.
Wendy,
that
your
day.
head is full of bees. You're wrong.
Yes, Eric, but how wrong? How many bees are in my head?
I'm going to say by a fact. Well, I think you're wrong in the. Oh boy, if delays was 22,000. What did you say? You said
Cancellations on Sunday.
You guessed
on
Wendy.
Sunday, and the number?
Eight. You're supposed to remember the number I said. 8,000 something.
I had the bees insult in my head, and I just.
265. That's my new one. I don't know what it was.
8,265.
8,265.
I think you're wrong in the. No, you're wrong in the 10,000s place. In cancellations.
Point to Eric. Yes. There were 12,610 cancellations on Sunday, January 25th. If
You're actually pretty close if you said
Yeah,
8,000, though. That's...
it wasn't that off.
You weren't that far off. Yes. If you were trying to get home or fly anywhere that day, apologies. It was awful.
Not going to happen.
Indeed.
Eric, 2 points to Wendy's 0. Let's go to this question for you. Specifically, the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport.
Which I flew through.
Yes. Known hub airport in the United States. 71% of their flights were canceled that day. How many flights is that?
I will say 71%. That was 1,200 flights.
No, Eric, you are so wrong. You
So
must be
wrong.
sleeping on the job. Because
But how wrong am I,
you're
Wendy?
wrong in the hundreds place.
Eric's guess was, what was it, 1,000?
1,200.
1,200, basically.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Wendy. Eric was wrong in the thousands place. He was, the correct answer is 694 flights canceled in the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport.
Okay.
Question to Wendy. The Charlottesville Albemarle Airport, not a known hub airport of most popular airlines, had 100% of their flights canceled on Sunday the 25th.
What state is Charlottesville in?
That's in Virginia.
Okay.
Right. So 100% of the flights were canceled that day. What is that number of flights?
That number of flights, my friends, was 432.
Wendy, your head's in the clouds. You're wrong.
Yes, Eric, but how wrong?
You're wrong in the hundreds place. I think it's something like 4.
That would be tens place, my friend.
No, Eric is correct. Point to Eric. There were 19 flights that were canceled in the Charlottesville Albemarle Airport. If that is your airport, I apologize. Let's bump this up a little bit here. Let's say that the final 2 questions are worth 2 points each.
All the points in the world.
2 points each. Eric is currently leading 4 to Wendy's 0.
I mean,
so there's
this is
still a chance.
Standard level of points for our breakfast talk show, whatever breakfast shows.
So to give you an idea of, just to kind of give you an idea of what conditions Eric was trying to deal with, right? We're talking about all these canceled flights and everything. What is the total number of flights that took place in the United States in the year 2025?
What?
Oh.
I will say 1.3 million flights.
Oh, Eric. You
What?
are one crayon shy of the rainbow. Yeah, because that's wrong.
But how wrong, Wendy? How wrong?
In the tens millions place?
Point to Wendy.
Yeah.
All right.
There were 16,191,379 flights that took place in the United States in the year 2025.
Wow.
Yep. Wendy, the last question is to you.
This is my chance to win.
Eric might actually know the answer to this. We'll see, though, right?
That's dangerous.
So over the weekend,
This recent weekend?
the previous one, the one that Eric was trying to fly home.
The January
originally.
25th
Yes.
weekend?
How many inches of snow befell Hartford, Connecticut?
Okay, are we specifically talking about Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just Saturday, Sunday, or just Sunday?
I don't remember. I wrote this before.
How many inches of snow?
Yes, befell Hartford, Connecticut, where Eric was trying to fly home to.
I am going to say 3 feet 2 inches.
Can you give it to me in inches? Because I don't want to do the
38
math.
inches.
That would be 38 inches.
38 inches.
Wendy, you're one purchase short of a BOGO. You're wrong.
I hate when that happens. But Eric, how wrong?
You're wrong in the tens place. I believe it's somewhere around 20 inches, depending on where you were in the area.
Oh, okay.
It was 15.6 inches. 2 points to Eric.
All
You were
righty.
wrong, in fact, in the tens place. Yep. So,
Tis fair, tis fair.
so even though we're still dealing with cold weather fallout and everything, I hope that everyone at home is staying safe and you aren't trying to fly home, say, after a Dice Tower event. But don't worry, because by the next Dice Tower event, Dice Tower West in March, there should not be such difficult travel conditions. Right, Eric?
There shouldn't be.
I mean, March is one of the nicest times in Las Vegas. Usually.
Yes, but there is that whole, in like a lion part of the saying, and I've run into the lion before.
I don't know the saying.
I don't know the saying either. Eric, you've met a lion?
In like a lion, out like a lamb. You've never heard that about March?
No.
When talking about March weather, March comes in like a lion, out like a lamb. So it calms down over the course of March, but you do sometimes have some interesting weather.
I guess.
See, this is an educational program.
We've had no reason to hear that.
No.
We're from Las Vegas. The saying about the weather in Vegas in March is hot.
Yeah, March you get a week of spring, and you just hope that the week that you're there is the week that it's spring.
One can hope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because by the time it's April, it's already in like the 90s. So
All right. Well, there you go, folks. That is another thrilling game of Yes, But How Wrong. Applause to one Eric Summer. Thank you for both for participating. Thanks for the
Indeed.
chat for guessing along. And I now have some new insults to levy unto those that cross my wrath. I don't know what I'm trying to say, folks. We're gonna have a cool, rest of the week live stuff here on the channel. Plenty of normal stuff, top 10 list, crowd surfing, all the such likeness. Eric, is there a new episode of the podcast dropping?
There isn't. We just had one last week, and upcoming, we're recording this week talking about the Dice Tower Cruise.
All right. Well, fantastic. You heard a little bit about it. You'll hear much more detail of that later. But thanks for coming out. Come enjoy the rest of the stuff that we've got going on this week. And once again, thank you for everyone who supported us on the Gamefound.
indeed.
We slept well this weekend. Folks, I'm Chris Yi.
I'm Wendy Yi. March rains.
And I'm
bring
Eric Summer.
April flowers, and April flowers bring May. No, sorry. March rains bring April. Bring April flowers.
March showers in like a bear.
March winds bring April
winds
showers.
like
April
a
showers
lamb.
brings May flowers.
Eric, please say your
But
name.
what do May flowers bring? Pilgrims. And I'm Eric Summerer.
Bye, everybody.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you like this review or whatever you just watched, wasn't it amazing? Check out our channel, Dice Tower. We have all kinds of things. We review games, we do top 10s, we play games live. It's all about board games, but especially the people who play them. Check out Dice Tower YouTube channel.